You know what's cool is you guys just being you do so much good. It's kind of bizarre seeing all the comments of people saying, "Oh my God, like those guys have motivated me so much," or "I turned my life around." And some of the people, it's kind of a trip to see them. Like specifically, I've seen some like pretty severely obese people who are like, "Hey, I'm super duper motivated." You know, people who needed something to really kick them in the ass. And I've heard both your names tossed around, and it's kind of the dream, right? To be contributing to society, but by just doing your thing, right? A good friend of mine who's my best friend since the second grade. Yeah, Josh, my best friend. Yeah, and I'll drop his name, Jeff Holman, since the second grade.
Josh
and
said his name wrong.
He told me that life's about working on yourself 90% of the time, so that 10% when you give, you're fucking just giving everything you've worked for. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
That is really cool. And, you know, it's something I never thought about when I got into anything that I got into. I never thought about it going into the military. I never thought about it going into CrossFit. It wasn't something I was like, I want to motivate people. I want to inspire people. Never once. It was basically just a product of it, right? It was just that. And that was
even better.
Exactly.
Even better.
You know, for me, it was it's been really cool to see. I get lots of direct messages, people saying that kind of stuff, and I do see them and I do read them, and I typically respond to them, just saying appreciate you. And it's not something, it's not something that I strived for, but it was really, really cool. It has been really awesome and eye opening for me to see that.
Is it uncomfortable for you guys to take those accolades? Like when people say that stuff to you, are you comfortable with it, or does it make you feel uncomfortable?
I'm feeling comfortable with it.
I think it comes down to the situation. Like so one of my friends that, you know, he was my neighbor growing up. I've known him since I was like 4 or 5 years old, and he was just always the overweight kid. And it was like a couple of years ago, he was just finally like, hey, I'm tired of being big. And I think he's down 100 pounds now. And he's very direct with me of like, you are my motivation. Like, thank you. And to me, that hits close to home, because like I've seen the progress he made when he first started his weight loss journey. Like every time the scale reads 1 pound lighter, I'm getting a picture of it, you know? So like he's asking me questions, I'm giving him tips, all this stuff. That was impressive to me. And like he's inspired by me. I'm now inspired by him, because I'm like, I've never lost 100 pounds. I know what it's like to try to lose 5 pounds and how difficult that is. And for me, it's like, if I lose a little bit of weight, I see the results almost immediately. When you weigh 300 pounds and you lose 10, nobody notices. You don't even notice, you know? Like, so it's like, that has to be such an overwhelming barrier to get over, of like, I've worked my ass off for months. The scale says I've lost 10 pounds, 20 pounds, but I can't see the difference. Like, to keep going after that, like, fuck, that's a battle I've never fought. And I hope I never have to. But, you know, and
losing 100 pounds must be crazy.
Yeah. And there's been a couple
of
people
pounds and putting it down.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I think about it like in terms of like putting a weight vest on. And I've worn up to like, I think a 40-pound weight vest. And I think about that in terms of like my buddy that lost 100. I'm like, he has 2.5 of these on. Holy shit.
Everywhere he goes.
And then like there's a couple people that like, you know, same thing, just a DM off Instagram though, hey, I'm down 30 pounds. Like, I think about like what you would do in the gym, like thanks to the motivation. And then I kind of like stay in contact with them over like the next year or two, and like they're down huge numbers. And it's like, that's bananas to me, of just, yeah, that's a battle that I've never fought. And it's so impressive, because I think about how hard it is, like when I take 2 weeks off from the gym and get back in, how much my lungs hurt, how much my body hurts, all this stuff. Now add like if they're 350, 400 pounds walking in the gym for the first time, it's like, that has to be so uncomfortable all the time.
And intimidating, right? Those people probably are very self-conscious, you know? I think about, the thing. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, I think about, I've never had to have that battle either, right? And, you know, something that they always said in Buds was keep up, don't have to catch up, right? And so for us, right, like even if you take 2 weeks off, right, you're still keeping up. You're not catching up. Those people.
Wait. What do you mean by that? If you take 2 weeks off, you're then you got to catch up.
No, he's not catching up because Matt's already has that foundation laid.
Oh,
right?
Matt, sorry.
Yeah, no, not normal people. Not normal people. I'm sorry. That was confusing. That wasn't correct.
Oh, we're talking about Matt. Okay, go on.
So like, even like anybody, CrossFit Games athletes or athletes, right? They take those 2 weeks off. They're not playing catch up when they come back. They have the foundation laid. So when people they fall back, right, in life, and they let themselves go for a couple years, 5 years, 10 years, right, and then they go back into the gym. That is like such a hard thing to stay motivated because they come in and they do like one or two, maybe they have 1 or 2 good days, but then their body's hurting so bad that are they going to keep going? Are they going to push through that and get through it, man? And it's impressive when those people do, and they come in and they lose that 100 pounds and 150 pounds. It's so impressive. It's crazy.